Actually, in terms of so when purchasing is happening, one of the things that's taking place is we are also finding stones that were heated 30 years ago, which was sold by the Thais, which was sold by us. So these stones in today's technology can be heated into better material. So we are also finding success in purchasing these stones which were sold 30 years ago and heating it and getting better material, better beautiful stones, right? So that is on the heating side of it. But other than that, even one of the reasons that now we went into recutting in the early 90s because we felt that the mine cut stones we couldn't sell to our customers. So when we showed the goods to the customers, initially they were taking it to Thailand to have it recut, right? So then we said, okay, we will do this for you, right? And our idea is not just to recut the stones to fit all the mountings that are available, right? So we recut the stones according to the requirement, and in today's terms, actually last 5 years, we have changed the strategy a little bit because mountings can be changed. Sapphires come from naturally, right? And it's a rare source, right? So mounting sizes can be manufactured in whichever way we want. Just because of the mounting is 7x5, we don't need to cut every stone into a 7x5 or an 8x6. Right? So if a stone can be cut beautifully with all the best symmetry at the same time done nicely, so now a lot of the stones that are over 1 carat are coming in as a free size stone, whereas previously the 8x6s, the 9x7s used to be a calibrated number. So now that is changing. In terms of the recutting, we are again going back to buying stones that were sold many years ago. Our old customers are sending stones back to us from all over the world. We just recut a beautiful 47 carat blue sapphire. Then we had another 40 plus star sapphire that came in, which was sold 20 years ago. And after we did a fine polish on it, recut and polish, it looked great. So that the recutting is happening on a lot of the stones. Then in terms of the new stones or the ones that are coming out of the mines, those also are being cut at maybe mine cut to get the best orientation and yield, but sometimes need work to get out to the international market. So those stones we are recutting in-house, and we are able to recut and repolish some of these stones with minimum weight loss, and we use some very good diamond powder and other material and the technique used by our skill cutters in-house, which gives them that perfect, almost perfect sizing, and at the same time giving the best product. Once a rough is brought in for the cutting, you would have very talented, specialized cutters who know how to do the orientation, which angle is the best, what best yield to get. You don't want to, just take off 30% if it's not going to give a positive input to the stone, right? So that's where the skills of the first level of the cutters are very important, where they get the best yield, then you are able to get the best color available on the stone, right? And trying to get the proportions in such a way so that it will look good as a individual piece of stone. So once this single stone is done, sometimes it is going through maybe 2 or 3 recuts if it's not done correctly. So because if you're talking about a 22 carat stone, you want to keep it above the magic number, right? At the same time, you want to see if you can get the best look for it and the symmetry. So what we do, sometimes what happens is in the local market, sometimes they do cut it once, it doesn't look right, then they go in for the second cut, then it can go below the magic numbers which they are trying to keep it from. So that said that there are many people who are now doing a very good traditional cut, so it's easier to recut the stone and finish it. Yes, it's mainly closing up windows, making sure the table, because sometimes the table is not cut too high, so, and then the culet is off, so we try to bring all that together and ensuring that there is no reduction in color. That's very important in the sapphire, because if there's even there's a couple of areas, one is weight loss, one is reduction of color. So if even there's a 5-10% reduction in color on a light stone, on a dark stone, yes, it brings the light out and the stone will look better. But on a light stone, if there's a reduction of color, then we've got a problem. It may be worse than loss of weight, the value of the stone. Making sure the stone looks better. The polish also makes a big difference, because we as a company, we have a very special polish which we do with our sapphires, cat's eyes and star sapphires, and any material for that matter. We are even doing some of the tanzanites and semi-precious stones today, spinels, which are actually improving the stone's outlook a lot. Some on the semi-precious stones, or even the more bigger sizes, it takes a lot of time to finish a stone. So we have to put that time in to get the special effect on the stone. When we get a stone, what we would generally do is see how to make it a beautiful piece of stone. So that's beauty comes first. Because that's why people wear the gemstones, right? So what we want to do is ensure that it's symmetrical, everything looks good on even any type of jewelry that it goes into. It makes it easier for the manufacturer to work on. They don't have too many problems in manufacturing it, right? So when we do get whether it's from rough to cut and polish or recutting a cut and polish stone, our main aim is, at the end of the day, making sure it is a good product, consumable by our international customers, and that they can manufacture it and also sell it without too much difficulty, and that it is finished as per the global requirement. Even on stones that have zoning, when at the beginning in the rough itself, we try to get the best orientation so the stone would look nice and the best color comes out of it. Then once if it comes as a mine cut stone and recutting is required, we try to see how best the stone is going to look in a recut finished product, so that it would not show the zoning too much. That's the only thing you can do with a sapphire. You can't really change it, but you could see how best. So the polish, sometimes the symmetry will change how it looks. The grade of the stone may change in terms of value, but in general, once it's recut, it will look as nice as possible.